Hello, welcome to the Reframing Mindset podcast. We are clear my head of the thoughts that are preventing clarity, practice my speech, among other things. Episodes range from informative knowledge to funny stories about my experiences, and in the future, maybe include interviews. So subscribe and enjoy. Episodes drop every other day.
Okay, welcome back to Reframe Mindset Podcast. My name is Carlos. This episode is going to be some of the things that I picked up on this work. Because basically I'm basically a five months and some great, work. But the good thing is, I'm further, progressing further than where I was, kind of setting my spot. And then now I'm taking this big leap, actually trying to go for the driving aspect of the work. Because, and that's the thing, I have to basically just push myself. Because the thing about it is that if I push myself and I fail, that I'll actually get the lessons from it and I could actually do it again. The only thing is that if I fail, you have to actually do that backbreaking part of the work. Long and stuff. But even if I pass and I'm not really comfortable and stuff, the fact that I pass and get it, I can just learn on the job as well. And just do it, take my time, do it slowly, drive slowly, and don't rush the process and take the time to actually get the things right. So that boom, when it clicks, it clicks, and that's the thing. Where you can't just rush the journey. Just kind of get the things right, and then when the things are right, then you're comfortable. But the thing about it is that what you realize on the journey, you have to actually take the leap. You can't you can't study and read your way into it. You have to study and learn and all these stuff. After a while, you have to take a plunge into the practical and just actually go in, try it, and then learn from it. That's basically the approach. That's basically the approach, and you can't not do it. And yeah, you can't not do it. So that's basically the thing. So you can eventually if I make it back. If I basically driving in this work, but if I actually start driving, what if I don't start driving in this work? That would actually just doing that, be under that pressure with the driving and stuff, would actually put me another leap forward into the next phase of the driving stuff. I said this year, I'm trying to make moves towards the driving. So this is another big leap as well. So I did the refresher driving course. So now this is just basically another leap where I take the, I'm under pressure now. Where boom, you know, being tested and all them stuff again for a job. And yeah. So this will basically kind of get me into that another test again into driving this year. So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm going to read up on that and actually try my best to see if I can actually get that. The next thing is, bro, I say with this work, uh, bro, I said the thing about work, I said, yeah, dealing with, I said a big company dealing with different personality, aggression, the other way. So I guess these are basic stuff that I always hear about when I actually be a realize that, bro, this stuff is real. So you have to basically just be ready for it. Be ready for it. And it's like, the thing about the aggression at work is what I realize is that you can be the one that becomes the aggressor as well. Because you just yes, so with so many different type of personality. Like boom, I'm the personality that basically want to go there, execute on the work, and then go. And when we actually execute and get things in order, then we can actually chit chat and stuff like that. But it doesn't make sense we don't secure the spot, we don't understand the thing, I don't understand the thing well, and this guy out here that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. So in that case, after a while, I could become the aggressor. But I've been in a situation when I witnessed the aggression, and it's like, bro, I put in a position where it's like, bro, come on, dog, you're gonna risk Adrian, all of us, just and it's like, yo, so it's like those things where it be like, yo, you aggression at the workplace is really nice. I just have to know how to deal with it, more. and and the way to understand it, to realize that, people will never understand where you're coming from, bro. No, not that. Some people don't really have the time to actually take the time to understand where you're coming from. So it's like, when I go there and just be like, bro, it's like, and the thing about it is that I'm that person as well, because my thing is that, when I come to work, you're not coming there to coming there for the money, bro. It's that's the thing where it's like, well, me expect to go to a place and do everything except that thing. It's like, bro, it's not like we want to be here for 8 hours a day, doing this stuff to make money for someone else, or get going piece of income. Come here to make the money. It's like all this other stuff is preventing that, and then if we actually focus and get those goals done, boom, we can come out and try to do those stuff. But it's like, you know. So that's the next thing as well. The next thing is actually would we actually upgrade to the staff plus would unfortunately lose that privilege as well. So mm, and the next thing is that, the more I'm kind of getting to this work, the better kinda I'm getting better. Sometimes. And what I mean is that I can get it. I can get that better sleep, but it's just that I have to do more better management of the stuff at home and stuff. But I'm getting better each check, each check I'm getting better, because what happens is that it is I fix up a lot of stuff. So right now, with the addition of the rice cooker, boom, I can actually cook rice really quicker. So I have that too. But that doesn't mean I actually neglect using the gas and all those stuff, because rice alone, for the type of work, the rice alone is still not assist. So I have something like I cook on the gas pot as well. Like I cook the meat there, because I need the protein, and I cook some other stuff as well, so that boom, I can have something for breakfast, and then come home have something for dinner. The only problem is that sometimes when I come home for dinner, I'm extremely tired, bro. Extremely tired. So it's like, I have to focus on that as well. So it's like, but the thing is that the addition of the rice cooker really open up some things. The other thing that basically prevent my time, and the thing about it, about sleeping better also, it's like the day off. So it's like you both may get 2 day off, or something one, or some rare occasion 3. And it's like, but the thing is, sometimes the taste stuff that they do a whole washing and cooking and all those stuff, those things take up a lot of time. And especially that, so it's like the the but so, and the thing was that those are constant, like the washing and all those stuff, like every day off room that space got constant. So that's the thing. So you cannot expect to do it. So that's like knowing those that you have to just do it better and approach it. So but the thing about it is that now within the work I'm getting still in approaching this driving aspect, trying to approach the driving aspect as well, to see to plunge into new fields, to push myself in new fields. For example, is that regardless, it just me pushing myself to a new level where if I'm basically if driving becomes a norm, by the end of the year, driving becomes a norm, the home stuff can actually be able to be done quicker, because I can actually reach home quicker and deal and accomplish more stuff at home. But a lot more apparent risk as well. But the risk is I just try to approach get my high risk high rewards. High risk high rewards, bro. So it's like so yes, it's like I can actually get better sleep. It's just that me have to just manage the home stuff better so that home I can actually maximize. Cause also I have to do with garden and all these stuff as well. So it's like you have to fit in time for that. So it's like I said this 2024 and it's back working work as well. So it's like this 2024 is going to be something, bro. If I make it to the end of 2024, bro, it's going to be so fulfilling. But the journey to the end is going to be something, bro. It's going to be something where we'll be like, oh my god, will I actually make it? That's the thing. Will I actually make it? I don't know. So that's it. That's the journey. So that the next thing as well. Boom. So to listen to one of the previous episodes, I spoke about always keep the lockers locked. And that's something that I picked up as well. Something that just also came to me and started picking up stuff. And leave some of the work stuff in the locker as well. Just doing that. Just basically just saving traveling weight when I'm actually traveling to work. Just travel lighter. Way less issue on the back and all those stuff. And just basically leave some more things that work. So go there. Boom. Got the work and that's simple. Simple as well. And yeah, the next thing is the frustrating things that happen at work, like losing a key, the locker key, like losing it as well. Getting to get that replaced. So it's like all kind of things can go wrong at work, and all these things are things that happen just for you to secure the work. So boom, say like boom, eventually I pass this driving class to work and get the driving. Gonna see all the struggles and all the stuff that I went through, and then boom, a random person just come and see me and be like, oh, see the end, see my end, but don't see all. So a new employee will come in and see me out there driving and all this stuff. They don't know the fact that I started, bro, at the bottom, putting up all these other stuff, putting bags and all these other stuff. So that's the thing where you see, but they didn't easily you didn't see. But the thing was that you listening and the fans listening here, and they know the journey. They know the journey, and that's 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 it. That's it. They know the journey. So it's like yo, when you see my when you see me driving, bro. Oh God, bro, it's gonna be something. It's going to be something, but you have to actually make it there. Actually make it there. The next thing is waking up early is a task, but I recently my phone. So boom, if you realize actually say I'm going to have a better phone. But I didn't realize it wasn't a new phone, it was something refurbished. No one that was cheaper. It was cheap, it was really my reach. Yeah, so it was not the new phone, it was a refurbished one. So I have to actually try and get that fixed. But the thing about it is that one thing I didn't realize when I actually when the phone started working was how much reliance I was on the alarm. So when I did that and then I have this early shift, it's when I realized that I had the early shift, that's when I realized the need, the reliance I had on that phone. And be like, oh my god, how in the world I'm going to wake up for this shift? So it's like, eventually I did wake up for the shift, I actually said it on someone else, but it's like, bro, one of the things that I realized there was time before that is like, yo, waking up early is not something easy. It's not, it it's like modern time now we have alarm and all those stuff, but before then, and the thing about it is that we have varying shifts, so it's like I have to just figure out the time. Some say not every day I have this early shift, sometimes I have somewhat later shift. So it's like managing those stuff as well. You have to be like, you have to be smart. You have to be aware and aware. It's not smart. Be more aware of the time. But knowing that going through that process and doing this work where attendance is really important, is actually just having that experience kind of woke me up to the reality that yeah, before thing I was really reliant on it a lot. So I have to just be aware that when if the phone goes down or something like this happen as well. I mean, we actually get one of those um, alarm clock as well for the home. The one of those first for the home with the alarm clock and all those stuff. Or maybe in the future. Maybe in I said by the end of 2024 you know. But at this point um not this. The next thing is bro, the 9 to 5 thing is really actually a good practice for parenting that I realize. I deal with all these other random people and stuff like that, this kind of personality. What I realize also is that if you actually have a child and all those stuff, send them to school, you're going to meet the parents, and these parents are people like you that work 9 to 5 and all those stuff. So it's like, you're dealing with it's like practice before. So it's like practice before. So you have to actually try to engage and learn all this stuff. Engage, be impose yourself, be yourself and stuff because the you that you become, the you that you become on this 9 to 5 journey will be a reflection of the parent that you will be when they call you to school and say, yo, you're representing your child. And that's something that I realize as well. So it's like, so that's the thing where there's a lot of aspects of things where you're making money and you want to get girls and all those stuff, but boom, you have the reality when you're working with pregnancy and all those stuff, and boom, when there's pregnancy, maternity and all these stuff. I see that in this big working place that I'm in now. That's my reality now. That's my reality now. And then realizing that, I'll be like, oh, yeah. Yeah, like legit, I'm dealing with all these different personalities. I trying to be respectful as well because you don't want to be the aggressor and all this thing, but you also at the same time have to become yourself. So it's like, it's a journey. This 9 to 5 journey is way more complicated. The working world journey is actually way more complicated. And it teach you a lot as well. So that's the thing where you're seeing the emperor, you're seeing the appearance, you're seeing the emperor, but you don't see the journey towards the emperor. And the next thing is always remember to talk about time clock eventually. But in this kind of thing, you have to always ensure to get to that your time clock. For some reason, one day actually, my clock was not punching. Came in early, do all the work, boom, ready to punch out, boom. Realized that I worked 0 hours were recorded for that day. Went to the person, and then due to policy, I only actually get 4. So I'm not actually get 4 out. Although the thing about it is that, bro, the policy actually got 0 record because so for some reason the time clock was not punched in. The clock was not punched in. That is something that you should actually try to remember so that happens. That really happens to you as well. And last thing is basically keep the pace slips. You're actually going to need keep track of what you earn. So even from the last job that I have, like where I know the pay slips, I know it, so you can actually go through, read it, see the various tax and all those, so actually learn. So when I have time, actually learn. I can use them to actually open bank accounts and all these stuff. But keep track of how much you have earned and better way to actually manage your money. And then not only that, when you actually can read it, you know what you're working towards as well. So boom, when you come in and clock in, you say, okay, I work X amount of hours of overtime, I'll get this more because that's the employee working in 9 to 5 thing as well. Your salary can be usable. Once you know the salary amount, then basically determine the outcome based on the amount of hours worked. depending on the type of time punching, because this work that I'm in now is a more advanced recording of the time clock. The boom once I punch in and punch out, it actually keeps a good record of my time. So, my pay is more accurate. But if it's something more primitive, like you have to write it down and all those stuff, and assume says that, yeah, that actually can actually mess up your time. But that's important. Always remember to punch in. Always keep a pace so you can keep track of what you're doing. Yeah, so that's basically, yeah, what I actually learn over this period as well. And the journey still continues. Yeah, I say, driving test coming up. Oh, that's one more. The face actually driving, bro. We're going to see. We're going to see. So yeah, that's basically it for this episode. Thank you for listening. I look forward to the next episode.
Well, this is the end of the episode. Thanks for watching and look forward for the next episode. To support this podcast, go to anchor.fm/cssb/support or become a sponsor for this episode. If you have a product that you want to have more exposure, DM me on the Instagram page, Reframing Mindset Podcast, or on Twitter at ReframingP. Either way would help. Thank you regardless for listening, and here's a preview for the next episode.